Hey, it's your man Fresh, aka Fauxfresh, aka Cashier Fresh. I'm with my nigga DJ Nick, bro. You already know.
DJ Nick.
DJ Nick, we in the building, man. What we got?
Fauxfresh, man. Cashier Fresh, whatever you want to call it, man. You know what I'm saying? Faux gang or no gang, man. Right with DJ Nick. You know what I'm saying?
Fresh, where we at right now?
We in Rittenhouse Park. We in Philly right now. We downtown. When you was out here with little bro Jahstar, this where y'all was at. So you know what I'm saying? I just copied that. We out here too.
Okay, before we get into it though, right? How you link up with Jahstar? How you know Jahstar? What's that relationship?
That's really little bro. I call him little bro. You feel what I'm saying? Cause that's like really like, you know what I'm saying? We got real close. But I met him through this music shit, bro. He used to like hit me on Twitter and shit when we was younger, and he used to hit me to be like, it would be random shit like, yo bro, where should I shoot this music video, or where should I, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't link back then, but I was like always saying like, I gotta link this nigga, I fuck with his swag, you feel me? He came into my job one day. I used to work down here, shout out to Common Ground, shout out to Phil. I used to work in a consignment store called Common Ground. Bro came in one day and was like trying to buy some shit or sell some shit, and we locked it right there, linked up in the studio. It's been that since, and we got mad tight after that. That's
fire. So we'll rewind it back from the beginning, you dig? Well, you know you from the Vine, you feel what I'm saying? Was blowing up heavy.
Yes, sir.
Like, let them know who you was on Vine, bro. What was your name on Vine?
Shit. Just, that's back when it was just straight fresh, you know what I'm saying? No numbers, no, I don't even think it was an @ name back then. It was just fresh, like all lowercase letters and shit. That shit started, that shit started in 2014. Next year that'll be 10 years. So yeah, I was just making Vines. Actually, shout out to I always say this, I never said this on like a public platform, but shout out to Supa. If y'all know who that is, shout out to Supa from New Orleans. She was a Viner and shit, and she still do her thing. She still do her influencer thing and shit. Shout out to her. That was the first person that like I interacted with that had some sort of like following on Vine, and that started my whole shit. So I like that interaction right there when we had our little roast, that jump started my whole shit. So shout out to her, shout out to Vine.
Alright, yo, how I feel to go viral? Being a young nigga though, you feel what I'm saying? 10 years ago.
I was in middle school when that happened. So
that's crazy.
So Instagram was out for like 2 years at that point. So it was brand new. So like we all kids and shit. Everybody was coming to school with Instagram on their phone, like, check this out, I got 400 followers, I got 500 followers. I had like 75 followers, I remember that shit. But that one night after that interaction with Supa, my shit had a stack overnight. I fell asleep for school, woke up the next morning, had a stack, but nobody in my school knew what Vine was, you feel me? So
that's crazy.
I went to school and I'm like, yo, check it out, I got a stack. Y'all showing y'all little 300, 400 followers on the gram, I got a stack. But niggas is like, what the fuck is Vine? But by the time they figured it out, I already had like 10 bands on that bitch, and I was rolling at that point. So it was like, I kind of was like, damn, y'all don't know what this is. But by the time they figured it out, it was like, I ain't had to explain shit. They was just seeing me on their timeline and shit. It was cool though, like going viral back then. It was, as you could imagine, like being a kid, that's when that shit really mattered, before the money really started to matter. It's all about just like, how much attention can I get? How crazy can I go with this shit?
Hell yeah. Did you have like any managers and shit like that trying to like book you or trying to put you on movies or any skits and shit like that? Because you young at that time, you get what I'm saying? You really can't really file like papers on some legal shit. You get what I'm trying to say?
Nah, word. Yeah. So I found my first manager. Shout out my nigga Visions 215. I found my first manager on my own. He was commenting on my shit when I was like posting shit on the gram a little bit. And this before shit, I don't even think I had 100K followers yet. Like it was just, I was still working on my shit. And so bro was commenting on my page, and I like checked his page, and he already had like 10K. This how niggas like would judge shit back then. Like, damn, he got followers. All right, bet he must be doing something. You know what I'm saying? And bro had mad pictures with like Meek Mill and Lil Snoop and like O'Malley and just, you know what I'm saying, niggas like that at that time, and just like other rappers in Philly. And I picked his brain a little bit. Come to find out, he was like, you know, doing camera work for Meek at that time, Lil Snoop at that time, RP Lil Snoop. He was doing camera work for them niggas. Matter of fact, fun fact, the Cassidy diss in the studio, he shot that. Off of that, like I'm on some young nigga shit. I'm like, damn, this nigga plugged in, like fuck with me, bro. Like he a little bit older than me, so I'm just like, bro, just fuck with me on the manager tip, bro. And he did it. He ain't never managed nobody ever before or after that type shit. Nigga was just a cameraman, you feel me? And we, like, the rest is history with that nigga. We turned that shit up. That Chevy Malibu, I don't know what year that bitch was, but that silver Chevy Malibu, yeah, we got around that bitch.
So we see you rapping, right? We're gonna get into that later in the few, right? Are you still doing a comedian shit, acting shit?
So yeah,
Cause you see yourself in any movies and anything like that?
that's exactly what I was about to say. I'm trying to transition into something more serious. I'm trying to land roles. I'm trying to do, even if I, you know, if I don't get casted this early, I'm trying to do my own short films and shit like that. And really just transition to YouTube too. Subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/cashierfresh. I'm trying to get on my content creator shit. I've been already
going up.
For sure. I already been doing this shit for like I said, going on 10 years, but it's always been on like Instagram and Vine and like little apps where I could do a minute vids and shit. Now I'm seeing like how big YouTube is and how much you can give to the people on there. It's like I gotta go on there. I never really like tried to be consistent on YouTube, so I think that's my next. That's where the comedy is going now.
Yeah, man.
Over to YouTube. So subscribe if you're not subscribed to my YouTube. youtube.com/cashierfresh. Subscribe.
Any content creators, any comedians you will work with right now? You got in mind?
I fuck with the whole AMP. I've been watching they shit a lot. Like Cassinet, like Phantom and Duke Dennis and shit. I fuck with they vids a lot. Shout out to the homie Mr. Prez 2 Official. I just met him, like he cool as shit. Shout out to everybody that's doing the comedy vids in Philly too. Like I fuck with like Sear the Bed, yo, we just locked it recently. Rod G's, a young nigga from the city going crazy. I fuck with anybody that's like funny and doing their thing. Anybody that I fuck with, I would work with. For sure.
Yeah, man, that's fire. That's on the music shit, right? What projects you got out right now?
So this year I dropped. What did I drop this year? I dropped the collab project with Jahstar, the Wi-Fi tape. That's our first collab project. Niggas been waiting on that. I dropped. You know we really in the city. You hear the dirt bikes and shit. Yeah, we really in the city. It's really a Sunday night. It's really ride outs happening. All type of shit. Yeah, I dropped the Wi-Fi project with Ja this year, and then I dropped an 8-year anniversary project to my first project that was called Until Then. This one called Live Until. That's what's tatted on my wrist and shit. Live Until, that's my first tattoo.
Explain that, what that mean?
Shit, I heard this phrase at my grandmother's funeral. My aunt was like giving, like, you know how they get the speeches at the funeral and shit? And she was saying, I don't remember exactly what she was saying, but it was like, I remember that phrase kept coming out of her mouth. She kept saying, just live until, you gotta something, live until. And that shit just stuck out to me. And my first project was called Until Then. So like, I'm just like, damn, this shit hard. And at that time, it was the 5-year, and it was coming up around the 5-year anniversary of that project. And that's when I got this tattooed on my 18th birthday and shit. And I was gonna make it back then. So that project actually been in the works for like, it just came out this year. What was that, 2018? So that's like that shit been in the works for like 5 years. So.
You got any music videos?
Did I drop any vid? I don't think we did no vids to that project. The Live from the Gutter video out from the Wi-Fi project, me and Ja, that shit out Live from the Gutter. But yeah, I don't think I dropped no vids off the Live Until, you know, not yet. It's never too late though. I think that whole project, like the sound timeless. So whenever I do drop vids for that, I feel like it's gonna hit.
Yup. Yo, so I see you smoking the gas, you did?
Yes, sir.
And I know you be hollering at Jig sometime on the gas for real, you feel me? So I know you smoking fire.
Shout out my boy Jig, man. 7:30, the Jig is up, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Addy too, you know what I'm saying? Shout out ASAP Int, bro. I used to run into that nigga at the studio all the time out in LA, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't know that's my real brother right there.
For sure, bro.
I definitely know that at all.
I already know it, bro.
Yeah, what's your favorite strains out right now?
Shit, I don't really be on the trendy strains. Like I ran into Gelato 41, like some real good Gelato 41 for the first time, bro. That's like one of my biscotti. Like, again, shout out to Jig, my nigga. Like, this a nigga that like.
I'm gonna stop you for 1 second. I can tell you smoke official, but you name some official shit.
Yeah.
And you name what I fuck with. You feel me? That's the real gas.
Real one. Like there are bad cuts of that shit. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, to the rogue nigga, if you say Gelato 41, niggas like, oh, that shit old, I already had that. Like, nah, bro. There are some great ass cuts of 41, my nigga.
You know what you talking about, bro, for sure.
For sure. Shit, Jay, that's really the homie. Like, that's really my bro, you feel me? We connected through like me doing my influencer shit. He was working with 7 Leaves a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They like brought me on board on some like influencer, like, you know what I'm saying, like mascot shit type shit. I was like doing vids, posting their content and shit like that. So yeah, bro, like that's a real creative nigga, you feel what I'm saying, my man Jig. So bro really be doing this thing. We just, you know what I'm saying, we just 2 creative niggas Scorpios at that.
Yeah.
Shout out my bro. Shout out Eddie. We ain't do no music. It was bro session, so I ain't want to be like, yo, let's, you know what I'm saying? I kind of was already there because like the studio, I'm not sure if bro's still in that same label, but I think we was both like on the same distribution for a little bit. Word. So he used to pull up there, and I was like fake living there at the time and shit. So shit, what I would remember from when he would pull up was just like, he would be locked in. That bro definitely punched all his shit in, you feel what I'm saying? And the nigga would come through. I never seen no nigga do this. Nigga would come through, mad cups, mad ice, right? But like the nigga would leave the ice, like you see how we outside, like the nigga would leave the ice outside on the concrete, and then was like in the studio recording. So he's like coming back to the bag of ice, my nigga. The shit not melted though, like that's what's fucking me up. I'm like, what's the science behind this shit? This nigga is leaving,
Check it out though. Come from West Philly, right? We know Philly got the fire spitters. I grew up listening to all the fire spitters, bro. Freeway, Oskino, PD Craig. I can go down the list. Philly Mills. So I fuck with Philly rap scene heavy. Who you come up listening to?
Shit.
It's not a bad answer at all. I mean, it's not a right or wrong answer. Like, I mean,
no word. So I was born in '99. So
okay.
I caught the tail end of like all the early 2000 shit. So coming up, the biggest thing in my house was Dipset. Like that, like my older brother, he was the biggest Dipset fan. So like coming from that perspective, I thought the hardest niggas ever was like Cam, Jewels, Hell Rel, niggas like that. But like as I got older, I kind of got put on to like, all right, Jay-Z, Jada Kiss, and other niggas like that. That's like outside of the city. But on some in the city shit in Philly, it was like Reed Dollars, the whole state property. I ain't even gonna list none of them. The whole state property was getting banged. Meek, early Meek for sure. DVD days, Meek for sure. Shit. Like Major Figures, shout out to Gilly. Major Figures was like one of the groups that my siblings used to fuck with. Shit. Old Philly shit, Eve, like really all that old Philly shit, bro. I remember all that shit.
That's real.
Like,
I respect that you say Eve, you feel me? I was wondering who was ever going to mention her name in one of my interviews, you feel me?
Yeah, bro.
Rap with her on
Fun
the
fact, nigga, my older brother, nigga, this nigga got in trouble back in the day for skipping school, going to see Eve at the gallery. That's
crazy.
A throwback from Philly, the gallery, my nigga. Eve was at the gallery.
What's the gallery?
It's they turned it, it's called the Fashion District now. That shit down here, it's on like 11th and Market or some shit like that. That was like, it used to be like a mall. They changed it up so it looked different, and it's not called the gallery no more, but like, that was like a time in Philly. Like niggas, if you was down here at that time, you was outside, you remember the gallery type shit.
Already, bro. What you got up and coming, bro, for people on DJ Nick TV?
Shit. Like I said, subscribe to that YouTube, man. Stay tapped in, you feel what I'm saying? New vids on the way, whole new setup coming. That's like what my last few vids been about. I'm just like taking people through the process with me, me getting this new setup right, me getting this YouTube shit right, because it's brand new for me, you feel me? Everything I've been doing just been off the phone, so like, it's new having to get a PC and a camera, all this shit, so.
Yeah, keep going, bro. The iPhone for you, feel what I'm saying? Like, I was doing hella shit with the iPhone also.
For
too,
sure.
You feel what I'm saying?
Don't sleep on the iPhone, like, for sure. If
I
you
still
a
do when this
creative,
camera die out. I be on the iPhone also too.
for sure.
Yeah.
To this day, like, if you a creative, bro, do not sleep on your smartphone, bro. Like, for real, it makes wonders happen, like, for sure.
For sure.
So, that, the YouTube shit, and then, of course, the music shit still coming too. You feel what I'm saying? That's like, I put that on the back burner for now while I'm handling this setup shit. But of course the music still coming. People still be asking me about that. So that's really what keep the music going, is just people asking me about that. Like, I wouldn't even, not saying I wouldn't give a fuck, I still got a passion to make music regardless of if any attention was being given towards it. But like, when motherfuckers hit me and be like, yo bro, you gotta drop this shit, and I'll be like, alright, I gotta drop it. You feel me? Like, why else? Why not?
DJ Nick.